Hi guys, Graham from Epson here again. Hope you're doing alright. Welcome to episode 4 of my How Easy Is It series of videos, aimed at showing you how easy it is to perform everyday label printing tasks using Epson ColorWorks label printers. This episode is looking at spot colour matching. So if you need to match a particular colour for a customer brand or any other purpose, watch on and hopefully you'll learn something new today. I'll catch up with you at the end. For now, enjoy. Bye.
For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to print a name label to place on this bluey-green cup. You can see that the cup is an unusual colour. It's not really green and it's not really blue. It's more of a sea green, I suppose. But we'll attempt to match a label to it as best we can. To begin with, we'll print a label with no colour matching applied to it, so that you can see how a poor matched label may look. Here you can see that I've already prepared some artwork for my label. I've used Microsoft Paint and I've sized this artwork to be approximately the size of the label that I'm printing onto. I'm going to import the artwork into my label design environment, adding a picture, locating the graphic file, and then I will roughly position it and size appropriately as we've seen in previous videos. Let's just print this label as it is with no adjustments being made, and then we can see what it looks like. We can already see here as the label prints that it's not anywhere near the same colour as the cup. Let's apply the label to the cup anyway and give ourselves a good idea of what we're dealing with and how we need to adjust it. Yeah, it's not a good match. It doesn't look anything like the same colour. Before we can start matching colours, we need to determine what the colour of the existing artwork is in terms of its red, green and blue colour values. To make this work, you must always be using RGB colour mode artwork. I've gone back to Microsoft Paint here and I'm going to use the colour picker tool, sometimes called the dropper, to select the green area. I can then go to edit colours and see what the red, green and blue or RGB values for this shade of green actually are. In this case 34, 177, 76. Make a note of these values because you'll need them in the next section. In this section we will be downloading a utility called the Epson Colour Tone Matching Assistant. Navigate to epson-biz.com using your web browser and access the ColorWorks printer section as shown. Here you will see sections applying to all the ColorWorks labelled products. Click on the icon that represents the printer that you are using. Expand the product link and then click on the blue button as shown to access the downloads page. Navigate to the Printer Setting Utilities section and expand it. Then locate the Colour Tone Matching Assistant and click on the Download Page button. Accept the licensing terms and then click the Download button to begin the download. Open the location where your download was saved and then extract the zip file. Open the Colour Tone Matching Assistant folder, then enter the Data folder and run the Colour Tone Matching Assistant executable. Select the appropriate printer driver from the drop-down list and click Next. If you see this message appear, just click OK. The Colour Tone Matching Assistant will start. There are several sections in the Colour Tone Matching Assistant. We have our starting red, green and blue values here. We can leave the patch count at 5 by 5 colour chips, indicated by the grids on the right hand side of the window. The step range will determine how subtle or dramatic the change in colours is on our colour chips when printed. We need to enter the correct label width and label height depending upon what labels we are using. This should match the values you set up in your driver. Let's remind ourselves of the red, green and blue colour values for our label by going back to Microsoft Paint and using the colour picker tool once more to select the green area, and then using the Edit Colours box to see the actual colour values. We can see in here that the colour box matches the same green as the green of our label design, and the red, green and blue values are 34, 177 and 76. Let's copy the red, green and blue colour values across to the Colour Tone Matching Assistant, entering the values in these boxes as shown. You'll see the large colour box changes to match the colour from the Microsoft Paint. I'm going to increase the step range to 20 so that the green chips on the right hand side provide a larger range of colours to choose from when we print out the colour swatch. Click Print to print out the swatch. You can see here how the printer prints out the same colour swatch containing many green chips of different shades as shown on the preview in the Colour Matching Assistant. It's very important that you use the same label media as you will actually use to print your final label, because the finish on the label media can affect how the colours look. Let's place our newly printed colour swatch next to the cup and see whether we can match any of the colours with the colour of the cup. If I zoom in, you should be able to see that the original label colour is shown with a black box surrounding the RGB values under the colour. From here we can look to see whether any of the colours match. It looks like some of the colours near the bottom of the swatch may be quite good. To make sure, I have cut out some of the best matching colour chips and placed them on the cup. Looking at this, I think perhaps the bottom one matches the best, with values of 0, 137 and 76. So now we need to instruct our printer how to replace the colour of our label with the matched colour that we actually want it to print. To do this, we need to use the printer setting utility, which is accessed via the printer driver in Windows control panel. Go to the printing preferences of the printer driver and click the Printer Utilities tab, and then click the Printer Setting Utility button to start the printer setting utility. When the utility starts, select the Store Data in the Printer option from the menu on the left. In here, locate the Spot Color Setting section and click the Create button to create a new lookup. In the boxes at the top left, we can enter the original RGB colour values of the original green colour from the label. Our replacement RGB values go in the right-hand three boxes. So here we enter the original RGB values for the incorrect green colour, and then from the chip that we looked at earlier, we enter the new or the replacement RGB values for the green colour we actually want to print. Following this, we click the Add button to add this colour to the list. Click Confirmation and enter a file name for this colour lookup. I'm just going to call it Cup. Click OK and click OK again and close the printer utility. You can then go back to the printer driver General tab and edit the media definition for the media that is in use when you're printing your label. You need to find the spot colour setting drop down and change it from no spot colour to the file that you set up previously, in this case the cup file. Click OK to this message and click OK. Overwrite the previous settings. Close these windows and you can then return to your label printing environment and simply reprint the label. If everything's gone correctly, the printer should now print out the label not with the old incorrect colour, but with the new colour that you selected, which should match your requirements. For our example, I've placed the old and new labels next to each other on some white paper. You can clearly see here how the colour has changed. We haven't edited the artwork to cause this change. We have simply told the printer driver that we want to replace the old colour with the new one. Here you can see the new label applied to the cup. I hope you'll agree that it's a pretty good match. The cup is slightly glossy, while the label material I've used is a matte material. Hence the colour doesn't quite reflect the light in the same way. But if I were to use a glossy label, I'm sure it would look pretty good. Do you agree?
So there you go, guys. That's how you perform spot colour matching using an Epson ColorWorks series label printer. Pretty easy, wasn't it? If you've got any other ideas for topics that you would like covered concerning Epson ColorWorks label printers, pop a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. Until next time, thanks for watching this series. I'll see you again soon. Bye!